dances like how his jeans look. You know, this jeans thing, this is so old. This was years ago, come on. My mom bought new conditioner and it sucks. It isn't even conditioning my hair. I blame Obama. Barack Obama. Bro, do you even lift? Well, I lifted the ban on Cuban cigars. That's worth something. Barack Obama is the Sharknado of presidents. Loud, stupid, and overhyped. Hashtag Sharknado4. President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
Whether you love or hate him, President Barack Obama will definitely be remembered as someone who broke America's history by becoming the first black president who definitely cemented his mark.
Still in studio with us is Wits lecturer Tinashe Chuchu. We saw there President Barack Obama having a little bit of fun in one instance at the expense of Donald Trump. And I want to talk about Trump because he has come out and said that he will only accept the results of the election if he wins. Hillary Clinton has said that that is disturbing and troubling. How much can we read into what Trump is saying? Is it purely theatrics or is this man for real?
I think this is purely theatrics because it's going to be the headline for the next 36 hours after the election and everyone will be holding their breath. So I think this is just for showbiz, just like every other thing that he has done, like having a press conference just before one of the debates, bringing in ladies who accused Bill Clinton of misconduct. So I think this is going to be for the ages. Maybe after 36 hours, maybe he'll tell people what he thinks. But I think he's going to do that.
So I'm going to ask you to make a prediction then.
Okay.
On the morning of the 9th of November in South Africa, just sort of around 6 a.m., we'll know who the next president of the USA is. Are we going to see Hillary Clinton get up and announce her victory if Trump does not concede?
I think Hillary Clinton is going to proceed with the announcement. That's what I think. Because I don't see how Trump wins. In 12 days, there's so much you can do, and over 4 million people have already voted. That's the size of Johannesburg. Yeah.
And from Trump's point of view, how important is it for the losing candidate to actually concede? Or is it just something that gets done as almost as a tradition?
I think conceding is very important in the U.S. Environment because it shows that you have respect for the democratic process. And once you start to say that, I think this was rigged, of which that's what he's been alluding to for the past 4 weeks, it means that you have doubts in the U.S. system, the U.S. democratic process. So it's not just saying, yes, I lost, congratulations, but it's recognizing that there's a democratic process that has been upheld for the past 300 years. So it's very important to concede.
And with that in mind, I'm thinking back to 2008, John McCain's concession speech, which I personally think was as gentlemanly, possibly the most gentlemanly concession. But regardless if it's a Republican or Democrat that loses, it tends to be very magnanimous in defeat, gentlemanly, accepting. One thinks of Al Gore in 2000, you know, George H.W. Bush in 1992, who left that note on the Oval Office desk for Bill Clinton saying, nobody will be rooting for you harder than me. What kind of a speech should Trump actually deliver? One are we expecting to see?
I think when we look at Trump, it's going to be hard for him to accept defeat, just like Clinton. Clinton, I think right now she feels she has the moral high ground. And if she has to lose to Trump, who has said all sorts of things, it's going to be hard for Clinton. It's also going to be hard for Trump, because I don't see how Trump is going to accept that I've lost, because the entire campaign has been saying, I'm a winner, and America will start winning. So if he says, I've lost, I can't even see. I was surprised when he apologized for his locker room comments. That's the first apology Trump has ever made, probably in his life. So I think it's going to be hard for Trump to actually say, I've lost. Just like Clinton, right now she has the moral high ground. And then to say, I've lost to someone who has insulted every racial group, I think it's going to be interesting. to hear the concession speech this election around.
And just very quickly, the way we are talking, it's as if Clinton has already won and Trump has lost. What are the chances that we could still actually have a President Donald Trump?
Okay, that's quite interesting, because right now, if, let's say, there's a scenario that I saw where Trump wins Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida, but still loses the election by like, let's say, 4 electoral college votes, which is crazy, because I don't see how you can win Florida, Pennsylvania, and Ohio and still lose the election. But at the moment, that's where he actually stands.
All right, Tinashe, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much. I hope we'll see you one more time before we complete our battle for the White House.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. To the outside world, the United States election is something out of this world. Earlier this week, Donald Trump announced a Hillary Clinton presidency would bring about World War III. And it seems many Americans would rather see the end of the world as we know it than vote for either of these two relatively unpopular candidates.
1 in 4 young Americans say they would rather have a giant meteor destroy Earth than see Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton in the White House. Around 34% of polled millennials say they would prefer a planetary annihilation over a Clinton presidency, while about 53% would prefer the destruction of the planet over a Trump administration. The USA is known as a great bastion of democracy. However, 39% of those surveyed would prefer President Barack Obama just declare himself president for life. Of course, the end of the earth would mean certain death for its citizens, so an escape plan cannot be ruled out. If Neil Armstrong was still alive, would he have just stayed on the moon?
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
And for those in a hurry, billionaire Elon Musk's SpaceX plan to travel to Mars is at least another 6 years away. Sorry, folks.
Apologies if you feel a little spaced out at the moment. It's that time again when we take a look at the latest poll numbers coming out of the USA, particularly focusing on those battleground states. Beginning in Florida, wouldn't you mind that? 45-43. Trump suddenly making a little bit of a surge there in the Sunshine State. In Ohio, though, it's Clinton, 46-42. She's leading in that key purple state. As we move on to Pennsylvania, where Hillary also has a lead, although it's quite close, 45-42. And that's why we call them swing states or battleground states. Michigan, 41-36, Clinton in the lead, but you can see a lot of undecided voters. As we go to Virginia, where Clinton is also leading 48-43, looking good there for the former Secretary of State. As we wrap it up in North Carolina, 46-39. Hillary Clinton is in the lead there as well. And just a quick look at the total poll numbers. The popular vote at the moment, Clinton in front, 51-43. But remember, it's not about the popular vote, it's about the Electoral College, and you've got to gather up those votes. The magic number is 270. Thank you so much for joining us on Battle for the White House. Always great to have you with us. You can join our conversation on Twitter. I'm at @Stemmet_ANN7. You can also follow the channel at ANN7TV. That is it for this week. We'll see you again next time as we continue to bring you the latest in the battle for the White House.
Hello everyone, this is DJ Smooth, aka Mr. More Fire, Mr. Leadership 2020. My favorite home channel when it comes to consuming all my current affairs content or entertainment content is 405. So catch us on 405.
Hi everyone, this is Joyous Celebration. Catch us on ANN7
DSTV channel
405.
An in-depth understanding of matters affecting Africa, from political upheavals to social issues, culture to sports, keeping an eye on the continent. A closer look on Africa Africa at a glance. At these times, only on ANN7, DSTV, channel 405.
Georgia, Alaska, Iowa, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, Florida, Alabama, Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Indiana, Oklahoma, Virginia, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, California, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Hawaii, Kentucky, Missouri, New Jersey, Tennessee, Mississippi, Kansas, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Idaho, New Mexico, Colorado, Ohio, Washington, Wisconsin, Michigan, Oregon, Arkansas, Delaware, Illinois, Maryland, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Wyoming, Connecticut, Massachusetts.
You forgot to go to New York, man.
All right.
Battle for the White House at these times.
In the category South African of the Year, the nominees are Black Coffee, Brian Molefe, Caster Semenya, Glenn Mashinini, Terry Peto, Wade van Niekerk.
In the category Sportsperson of the Year, the nominees are Chad Leclos, Elton Yankees, Kagiso Rabada, Keegan Dolly, Luvo Manyonga, Sean Keeling and Lawrence Britton, Wade van Niekerk,
Robert Marawa. Known for his love and passion for sports, Robert Marawa is arguably the best-known sportscaster of his generation. Watch him field questions about his journey to the top.
I think I'm just motivated by the sight of people that are happy. I'm motivated by family. I think family is the biggest thing for me. I'm just still blessed that God has kept everyone in our family, including mother and father. You know, dad's in his 80s, mom's in their late 70s, and they're still there. So for me, they're still a source of inspiration.
On South African of the Year 2016. Friday at 6:30 p.m. or the repeat on Monday at 2:30 p.m.
It's more than the vast skies, the horizons that do not end, the parched whisperings of the wind, and the rivers that come dancing home. It's more than the antiquity within, the tempest without, the treasures beneath, and the towers above. It's the rhythm that guides our heartbeat, the pride that ignites our game, the spirit that drives us forward and fuels our ideas, our passions, our dreams. It's the home that connects us all. It's our Africa. Celebrating our Africa.
This week on Eastern Style, we bring you a sizzling hot release from Bollywood, the action thriller titled Shivai, starring superstar actor Ajay Devgan and Karan Johar's plea for his movie Idol Hai Mushkil not to be banned due to a political tension running between India and Pakistan. Catch Eastern Style Friday at